Hi, I'm Aunt Patty with Glory Bee. You can. I think people are going back to just kind of living off of what comes from the earth, and they want to learn how to preserve it. I think their biggest fear, like with anything, is failure. What if it doesn't turn out? And the biggest failure is not trying. First thing you need to do is to pick out your jar. Pick out whether you want a pint or a quart, depending on what you're making, and whether you want a wide mouth or a narrow mouth. After I've gotten my produce into the house, whether it be from the farmer or my own garden, then I have to determine where I'm going to get the spices to make, for example, my pickles. And I'm happy to say that I have my Aunt Patty line, and you can get that by either ordering through auntpatty.com or coming into the Glory Bee Factory store and picking up those spices. The secret for crisped dill pickles is to put a grape leaf in your jar. For my dill pickles, I would add a smidgen of garlic, and because I don't have fresh dill, I would add dill seed. I like a little kick to my pickles, and I mean a little, so add just a tiny bit of red pepper flake. I've washed my cucumbers and I would put them in the jar. We can put them in whole. I always like to get as many as I can, but I also like them to be in an order. And then the next step is to put the brine in. The brine is like a syrup. It works with the cucumber to turn it from a cucumber into a pickle. In the brine we have vinegar, water, and sugar, and we put that on the stove and we cook that just a little bit to dissolve the sugar. Then we put it into our jar. And after you put your brine in, it's important that you take a knife and just go around and make sure you release any bubbles in the jar, because bubbles are air, and air can cause spoilage in a jar. So you want to do that, and then you're going to take a clean wet cloth and wipe off the lip of the jar. You wipe that off so that there's no residue of the sugar that's in the brine, which will cause it not to seal. You have to lower it so that the jar is, see, it's completely covered. Once it comes to a full boil, then you put your timer on for 10 minutes. At the end of 10 minutes, you'll take this out. Once they've cooled, there's a little center bump, and you'll hear it go pop, pop when they're cooling off, pop. When they pop, that means it's sealed. I think people are changing their philosophy from buying what's quick and easy to what's really good and nutritious, and make it their own. See, you too can.